friends, it's Cheryl, the Wandering House Sitter, and today's episode is my review of Housesitters Canada. I'll be referring to my little cheat sheet on my phone here, so if you see me looking down, that's what's going on. So, Housesitters Canada is a website that matches homeowners who are going on vacation and need somebody to come into their house and look after their house and their pets. And it is for people like myself who are house sitters to look at the ads that the homeowners have placed, and then we can apply for sitting in their house while they're gone on vacation. So I guess the biggest question is House Sitters Canada. It's country specific, so this is only listings in Canada. But what if you're overseas somewhere? Maybe you're in England or Australia or Germany or wherever, and you've decided that you'd like to come and be a house sitter in Canada. Can you apply if you're another citizen and from overseas? And yes, absolutely. Anyone in the world that wants to look for house sitting positions in Canada can absolutely sign up to House Sitters Canada. So let's see what else I want to hear. Okay, membership. Yes, you do have to pay a fee to be on House Sitters Canada. For homeowners, it's a really good price. It is 29 Canadian dollars. Yes, all my prices will be in Canadian dollars. House Sitters Canada, after all. So $29 gives the homeowners lifetime access. They can place ads every year that they go on holiday as many times as they want. Now, what I don't know for sure is sometimes companies that say lifetime access, that lifetime has an expiry date, 5, 10 years. I don't know. I honestly don't know if there is a expiry date on lifetime access for the homeowners, but certainly $29 for lifetime access is a very decent price. But what if you're a house sitter? Now that's a little different. House sitters are $59 a year. That's the cost. It's still a lot cheaper than some of the bigger house sitting websites out there that charge you a whole lot more money than that for an annual subscription to be a house sitter. And there are rewards if you're a house sitter. So let's just leave the homeowners alone. They pay that one-time fee of $29, they're gone. House sitters paid $59. But for every year that you're a house sitter and renew your membership, you get $5 knocked off. So it's $59 this year. After a year, when your renewal comes up, $5 off. And your next renewal is $54. Got to do the math in my head here, not so easy. And then the following year, after 2 years, it would be another $5. So that would be a total $10 off. Now, where it caps out is after your third year when you get $15 off. Once you've reached that $15 discount, that's it forever, for lifetime or whatever. Whenever you renew your membership, you will pay that. Is that $44? 15 off 59? Yeah, that's $44. So you would be paying that for every time you renew after you've hit your 3-year mark. But there's also a referral program, which is open to both I think is open also to the homeowners. I'm not sure. It doesn't really make a whole lot of sense, but it's more for the house sitters. There's a referral program, and every time you refer somebody to sign up to House Sitters Canada, and they sign up and pay their annual membership, you and the house sitter will get $10 off your membership. So that actually works out pretty nicely. If you get a lot of referrals of $10, you could potentially be getting your annual membership. When it comes up time for renewal, it might be free. Just depends on how many people that you know that are interested in signing up to this website. Now, here's the other thing. Do you get paid for being a house sitter? Well, I've been a house sitter for a number of years, actually even longer than a number of years. I was house sitting in my 20s and my 30s. So we're talking quite some time ago. And yeah, back then I did get paid, not usually a huge amount, but I always got paid some money for house sitting. And mostly these were just referrals. They were friends of my parents that were going off on vacation. One of them was really great because, here in British Columbia, they also had a condo in Kihei, Maui. So I was able to do a barter, and when they returned from their condo in Maui, I went there for a little vacation, so that worked out quite well. You can also, like I say, a barter system. I do that right now with one of my house sitting clients. I keep my car on her premises, and it's just a barter system. What it would cost me to put my car into storage somewhere would be a whole lot of money. So whatever floats your boat. But generally, house sitters do not get paid. It is just an exchange that we get to stay in somebody's house for free, and in exchange for free rent, as it were, and utilities, everything else that goes on with the household. We just look after the house and the pets. But some house sitters, even on Housesitters Canada, they do want payment, and they should be upfront about that in their profile, that they are a paid house sitter. And it's also something you can negotiate directly with the homeowner. For example, I do not take farm sits unless I get paid. And that's usually because of the amount of work that's involved with a farm sit. I take care of a horse. I do farm sits, but the one farm that I go to has one horse, and that's cleaning the stall every day and letting the horse in and out. So this is considerably a whole lot more work than a person that has a couple of cats and it's just cleaning out the litter box every day. So you can definitely negotiate a rate if there's a lot of work involved. Maybe the person has several dogs and they want the dogs walked several times a day. Again, this is all extra work. So it just really depends on the amount of work involved. And I do want to say that I'm a house sitter. I am not a gardener. If any homeowners want me to do gardening, like mowing the lawn, weeding plants, no, they're going to have to hire a gardener while they're away if this is a service that they want. Because, first of all, I've got a black thumb. I'm going to come home to a bunch of dead plants. That being said, house plants that are in the house, I can absolutely water the house plants, and I also don't mind turning on a sprinkler or hand watering pots outside. But basically, anything that's more labor, like mowing a lawn, is kind of beyond my abilities now. But other people might be totally happy to mow somebody's lawn and pull weeds. Not me. I'd be just as likely to pull out the flowers as I'd be pulling out the weeds. I can't tell the difference. So what do you do when you sign up and pay for your membership on Housesitters Canada? Let me talk from the point of view of a house sitter. So basically, I just put up some pictures of myself, usually pictures with animals, and then I talk about myself. I have been doing a lot of house sitting. I have experience, all the animals that I have experience with: cats, dogs, horses, goats, chickens, rabbits. I have a lifetime of experience with all different kinds of animals. Nothing of the truly exotic nature. I've never house sat anywhere with a kangaroo or a camel. Not not that I'm saying that I'm not open to it, just that I haven't done it so far. And I also put in other things about myself. I'm a non-smoker. I don't drink. I don't do drugs. I don't have parties. I'm not a messy person. I leave the house as I find it. Maybe I even leave it slightly cleaner than I find it. Um, so you just want to, you're basically placing an ad for yourself, saying to homeowners, pick me, pick me. And for homeowners that are placing an ad, they do the same thing. They put up pictures of their pets in their house. They give a little bit of description of their house and what is required. If the pets have any special needs, maybe it's a diabetic cat that needs insulin shots. They would want to look for somebody that has a bit of experience in injecting a cat. Perhaps it's a senior dog with arthritis, and you give them a pill or a supplement every day, and it goes with the food, in with the food, or sprinkled on the food, or maybe it's just something that you give to the dog as a treat, and they're quite happy to eat it. So that's what you do when you create a profile, and you hope that you'll get a hit, because it's, when I say it's kind of like a match, Housesitters Canada is like a matchmaking service between homeowners and house sitters. Housesitters Canada does not actively send you out message to two people and say, hey, I think you guys would be a great match. Why don't you meet up? That's not how it works. It's up to both the homeowner and the house sitter to look at other people's ads and profiles and then contacting each other directly if you like what you see. So saying that, you can set up alerts as a house sitter, especially. I like to house sit 1 to 2 months or longer. I'm a long-term house sitter. Other people, maybe they're working and they can only take a week or two off. So that's the type of alert that they would set up. You can set up if you have a specific area or a province, or if you're just okay anywhere in Canada. So there are alerts, and certainly when a house sit comes up that matches your criteria, whether it's the time, you can also put in dates. Say you are only looking for house sits between July 1st and September 1st, and you put that in, and you will get alerts whenever a house sit comes up that falls into your criteria. And then it's up to you whether you want to send a message to the homeowner and say, hey, pick me. And also, there's a kind of a unique feature that is not sort of somewhat tied to alerts, but it's when you're looking at all the available house sits, there is a smiley face icon, and you can click on that. That would make it one of your favorites. And there's also a frowny face, and that means, yeah, this isn't going to work out for me for whatever reason. So you want to maybe click that. So when you're looking at a whole list on your web page, you don't keep going back to that one. But so saying with the ones that you mark as a favorite, if this is something that you really, a house sit that you really want to apply to, don't spend a whole lot of time thinking about it. Good house sits get snapped up real quickly within a day or two at times, especially if it's in a very geographically desirable location, such as, Vancouver or Toronto might be very desirable to some people. Montreal might be to others. So what else? Oh yeah, because I did a house sit in Toronto, and I was contacted by the homeowners. They had never used the site before, and they were going away to Europe for 4 months. I guess they were scrolling through profiles of house sitters that will take longer sits. So they contacted me, and it worked out well. But they had to change their dates. They, instead of 4 months, it ended up being 3 months. But I was kept abreast of that change well in advance of me actually staying there. And Toronto, they were within a walk of the subway station, so I could go downtown Toronto, and I really enjoyed that house sit. I got to see a Blue Jays baseball game. They played against the Mets, and the Mets won. Go Mets! Yeah, I actually had seen a Mets baseball game in New York City when I was a teenager, when it was still at the old Shea Stadium in New York City. So that's the way, and not just the people in Toronto, but I have done house sitting while I was still in Ontario. I took a 1 month house sit up in Kingston, but most of my house sits have been on British Columbia because I like to get back to BC. I have a horse and boarding here, so at least it gets me somewhat close. Last summer, I spent about 5 months doing house sits on Vancouver Island, so that was a really, really great experience for me. 2025 was a really good year for house sits for me. I just had a great time all year. Now, say you've sent a message to the homeowner, or in my case, I get a lot of homeowners contacting me directly, but there's been some messaging going on, and you decide to confirm the house sit. There is a button on Housesitters Canada, and you click it to confirm the house sit. This will automatically send a message to the other person, and then they say, this person has say that they're going to host it for you. Is that correct? And then it's the homeowner would yes, agree, yes, that is true, and or vice versa. The house owner could have initiated that, confirming the house sit first. And for house sitters like myself, once you have confirmed a house sitter, it actually blocks it off on your calendar. It does show on your profile available dates, and it's also up to the house sitter to update their calendar, because I do a lot of house sits that aren't necessarily through Housesitters Canada, but I want to kind of keep my calendar up to date. So if people are looking at my profile and they have specific dates in mind, they can look and go, oh no, she's not available for those dates. No point in contacting her. Or, ooh, could be possible. I can send an email and see what happens. At the end of the house sit is when you leave a review. It's kind of like Airbnb. You have 2 weeks to leave a review of the other person. And, you know, for me, most of the house sits I've had have just all been great. The animals been great. There's no problems with the houses. So, yes, I always leave a very positive review. Fortunately for me, I've never stayed anywhere that's been a problem, a disgusting house or anything like that. And then the homeowner leaves a review. And once you've both left a review for the other, then you can read your review on your website. And kind of in conjunction, House Sitters Canada has sister house sites. For example, I'm also a member of Housesitters UK. I do a lot of house sitting in England as well. And the advantage to being a sister site, I have reviews left for me by the house sitters in England. And there is a tab that I can do on House Sitters Canada that will cross-reference the reviews. So all those very lovely reviews I've gotten from homeowners in England, it also shows on my profile page on House Sitters Canada. So that's great. I have a lot of very good reviews, and potential homeowners can look and say, "Wow, yeah, let's go with her." So I'll always leave a review if you can, even if it's a bad review. You still want to, say something to either warn other potential host sitters or to help out other potential host sitters. And while I was saying all this, one more thing occurred to me. When you send messages, everybody starts off with a 5-star system, as it were, for messages, whether the host sitter initiated the first contact or whether the homeowner initiated the first contact. You have 5 days to respond. And House Sitters Canada sends you an alert when somebody has sent you a message, and then they also send you reminders saying, hey, you haven't responded, you need to respond. If you do not respond within 5 days, you get a star knocked off your profile. So it alerts other people that this person sucks at responding. I don't personally respond to any homeowners that have less than 4 stars. So either 4 or 5 with their message rating system. I don't want to waste my time on people that aren't going to bother responding to me when I send them out a message. I also have an option on my profile because sometimes I'm in areas that don't have very good internet. I might not be able to respond to a message frequently, but there is an option for house sitters to change it to away, unable to respond promptly to messages, and then we don't get penalized. So I'm thinking specifically of when I was volunteering on a remote island in the Caribbean that had iffy internet service. I never did take longer than 5 days, but that potential was there. So just recapping it, House Sitters Canada, I've had a really great experience. It's a much lower cost than some of the more expensive house sits out there. Nobody pays a booking fee if you commit to a house sit. Neither the homeowner nor the house sitter pays any extra money for, you know, making the booking. So no extra money's coming out. All you do is you pay your annual fee if you're the house sitter, or you pay your um, one-time fee if you're the homeowner with a lifetime access. And I just wanted to say when I was talking about renewing your membership with House Sitters UK, especially, and a bit with House Sitters Canada, with my referrals that I also get referrals. I have a referral code that I give out for my House Sitters UK site, the sitter site. I haven't paid for my renewal because I get so many, friends, or I shouldn't say people unknown to me, but maybe they use the link in my description on my YouTube channel. And yes, there will be a referral link. You look in the description here, and that will give you $10 Canadian dollars off your membership to House Sitters Canada if you choose to sign up. So I get a lot of people signing up using my referral link, and then I don't pay anything when it's time for me to renew. So, I like that. Go me, right? A little bit of an ambassador for the brand. But House Sitters Canada, aside from the referral fee, House Sitters Canada does not pay me any extra to leave a review on YouTube. And encourage others to definitely use the service if you are planning to be a house sitter or whether you are a homeowner and you're looking for somebody to take care of your house and pets while you are away. Now, if you like this video, please subscribe to my channel. I do a lot of videos on house sitting and traveling on a budget and nomad life after age 60. So please subscribe. That would be great. I really appreciate getting all the subscribers I can get, and I hope you enjoy what I'm putting out here. Again, this is Cheryl, the Wandering House Sitter. Thanks for watching today. Bye for now.